thing I want to get to with you, Paul, because it hit out on a Thursday night because we had all this stuff to talk about. Colorado, Deion Sanders, 1-0 after North Dakota State. Deion comes to the podium afterwards and says, a lot of you were mad that we got this win. A lot of you wanted us to take that L. I don't know that I'd be thumping my chest about that win because there was a lot to be desired. But here's the two things you can't dispute. Travis Hunter's the best player in college football. Shador's a really good quarterback. But outside of that, I don't know much that we learned from Colorado's win over North Dakota State.
Well, we learned a couple of things. The public still has a great appetite for this show, and that's exactly what it is, Matt. It's a show, and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, there are variations of this, whether it's in the NBA, Caitlin in the WNBA. I mean, there are certain things in sports. Tiger back in his day, we just watch. And listen, I've had my issues with Deion Sanders recently over things he's done, but I was rooting for them. I was having fun watching. It was an exciting game. But what concerned me more than anything else was the way Deion coached the game down the stretch. Is he in control of the sidelines? Does Shador have the final word on everything? Because at a time, and I'm sure you thought of this, and I know others have said it, but at a time when you needed to run the clock out, I mean, they're just firing away, giving the opponent an opportunity to come back and win the game. They didn't, but I asked somebody like where would North Dakota State, for all the praise that we gave them and all their champions, where would they fit in the SEC? And they would be at the bottom of the SEC. I'm not saying that with bravado. I mean, they're 15 or 16 in that league. So what did Colorado really accomplish other than drawing a big audience for ESPN?
Yeah, and that you hit it on there. And as much as we like Deion for the what he brings to college football and the swagger that he brings, at the end of the day, you're a head coach. And there were things that were done at the end of that game where I believe if it was anybody else other than Deion, they would have been pounded over and over for some of the decisions they make. So again, you hit it. They're going to be a fun team to watch, but that game was made way too interesting, more interesting than it had to be. And Deion, for a guy that likes the spotlight, is going to have to look at himself and say, I put us in a position to maybe lose with some decisions that I made. I've got to take ownership of that. And I've got Nebraska next week, and that's going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, it's so awkward to talk about Deion and the perceptions because we both work at ESPN, which is the single biggest reason why everybody knows who Deion is right now in college football, because we talk about it. I'm not blaming you, but I'm on some of these morning shows, and Deion is just another brand like LeBron and like Aaron and like Dak. It's a Deion segment, and you've hosted these shows recently, Matt. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it's going to be entertaining, as we hope this will be entertaining. This was cleansing for the soul. It's been months since we did this, but week one kind of in the books. Sunday, you got LSU, USC. Monday, you've got Florida State, Boston College. But here's what you have for certain. You got the Matt Barrie Show presented by Allstate. Matt and Paul every Sunday morning. I am so glad to kick this off with you, Paul. Enjoy the rest of the 3-day week, and we'll do this again next week on the Matt Barrie Show presented by Allstate.